Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Star Wars The Old Republic Beta. This is BR Brainerd, and I just wanted to start things off first of all by saying thank you. Thank you to all of you who are watching these videos. You know, it's funny, when I started making these, I was not expecting the kind of reception that I've been getting. I mean, when I hear artists on YouTube talk about their work, they always make it sound like the YouTube community is sort of composed entirely of this seething ball of retarded trolls, but that hasn't been my experience at all, I have to say. I mean, most of the comments that I've gotten have been positive, and I've had a lot of people tell me that this is the best Star Wars Let's Play that they've seen so far, and that's really encouraging. I mean, that's, at the end of the day, the reason why I'm making these videos. I'll tell you, it sure as shit ain't for the money, I'll tell you that much. So you guys have been great, and I hope you enjoy this next episode. Alright, so we're coming up on the last day of recorded footage that I have from the weekend beta. I'm hoping that I get into the next beta, which is going to be over Thanksgiving weekend. But until then, I'm going to start releasing these videos once every 2 days instead of every day. I know, some of you won't like that, but you see, this way we'll be able to keep the releases regular instead of having a big gap, and it'll give me more time to polish things up before I release them. So it looks like we finally found the holocron we were looking for. No sign of the Twi'Lek to go with it, but let's see what happens when we right-click on this.
You make a lot of noise. I come for a flesh raider, I find a Jedi Padawan. I come to listen, to think among the dead, to fight for my people.
Oh wait, I've seen this before. That's not a holocron, it's a copy of Atlas Shrugged.
The villagers said you'd taken this holoprojector, Nayland, and told me where to find you.
I suppose they spun the tale of me being a legendary protector, too. They don't understand. Are the flesh raiders destroyed? No. My people aren't safe until my learning's complete. Tython's relics still have lessons. I listen. I can do things I never imagined possible. I will be the defender my people deserve.
Why do the evil holocrons always glow red? Isn't that kind of a dead giveaway?
Perhaps your studies are making you into something else.
Jedi condemn what they can't control. But you're not a concern. Only the flesh raiders matter. Rajavari's hologram showed me how to punish them. The flesh raiders will come, but not leave. A merciful death compared to what my people have suffered.
What crimes have I committed that deserve being buried alive?
There are hidden wonders, Jedi, and my journey has just begun. Now run, or die.
So his motivation for killing us on the spot is hidden wonders. And I guess I'm not one to judge. Usually the promise of new gloves and boots is enough to drive me to murder. Here we go, the cave's collapsing and we've already got bad guys coming for us right now. Perfect timing. We're gonna have to fight our way through them because the aggro range in this game is ridiculous. They will follow us the whole way and shoot us in the back. It does give us an opportunity to take care of something very important though, which is the loot. You know, surviving the cave full of fallen rocks is one thing, but what's absolutely mission critical is that I pick up those medium armor boots without any bonuses of any kind. I just wouldn't be able to live with myself if I didn't pick those up. Here, have a nice box to the face. Yeah, didn't like that, did you, fish face? I'm like an insane mailman, just picking up packages and throwing them at people. I'm like, hey, you want your deliveries? Well, take them! Take them all! You'll see that I am actually taking the time to avoid the falling rocks, and I am trying to get out of here reasonably quick. I'm not 100% sure whether there's any kind of timer that you can fail with this quest, and honestly, I'm not even sure if those rocks deal all that much damage. I don't think it can be much, because my health bar is barely moved. I think I would notice if one of them had just crushed me, but so far so good. It is pretty easy. Doing pretty well on health so far, completed the mission, and there is the exit. Whew! Let's make it out of here in one piece. Smooth transition out. As you can see, we can't get back in. That tells me that we have completed this part of the quest objective. Congratulations. Let's take a look at our map here. We need to go back down to the village, I believe, and all the way back to the temple after that to continue the main part of the quest.
Jedi, you're back. What happened out there? Where's my father?
I did all I could.
What? No! Those monsters. Tell me you cut them into pieces for what they did.
I don't think I've ever heard a Twi'Lek with an Eastern accent before. This could lead to a whole new genre of porn. Please, don't send me pictures.
I went out there to save a man's life, not to satisfy your thirst for blood.
So you let those monsters live? I should be grateful to you for finding out the truth, but you desecrate my father's memory.
Mourn your father and move on, before anger consumes you.
I don't need your counsel, Jedi. Leave me to grieve. We won't speak again.
I find myself wondering now that I'm seeing this whether or not, if I had chosen to go ahead and do the dark side option and kill those guys, whether that would have led to a follow-up quest, or possibly a different reward. Now this is also the first quest that I've seen that lets you choose your reward. Let's see what we've got here. We can either increase our willpower or our strength. You know, we've been hitting a lot of things in combat and melee right now. We're doing much more damage that way from our powers, despite the fact that we are a consular, so I think I'm going to pick minor power adrenal for now, and we're going to click accept. Hefty, hefty reward of experience there, even though it is a side quest. Liking that. It's making me feel like I didn't waste my time. We've got another quest objective to complete up here. Let's see if it rewards us as richly as the first one.
You look well, Jedi. I'm glad the Flesh Raiders didn't hurt you. Did you destroy the Dark Elixir?
I've taken care of things.
You've rid the world of an evil thing. The Flesh Raiders may brew their Dark Elixir again, but we won't make it easy. I am grateful for what you've done. Take this gift with my blessing. For now, I leave you in peace.
Oh, let's see what we got. Haha, finally a leg piece. You know, it's redded out for some reason, and it looks like it is still styled like the sarong. But let's go ahead and see if we can wear it anyways. Yep, and despite the fact it was red before, we now have our new hot pants. Slightly darker shade of brown. Other than that, it looks pretty much the same, but that's okay. It's got better stats. The other one just had armor on it. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up all the business I need to take care of here in the village, so I'm going to cut back to the Jedi Temple and continue the main part of the quest. Alright guys, so I have a question for you. Now normally I'm in the business of answering people's questions, especially in the comments, but I've got one for you guys this time. I've seen several players with the title Padawan in front of their names. Is that something that they've typed in, or is that something that you earn? It did seem like the character creator would accept spaces when I was first making my toon, but I never actually went ahead and made a character that had any spaces or anything like that in their name, so let me know.
Padawan, I just spoke to Rana Dalven, the daughter of Kalikori Village's matriarch, concerning your visit there. I want you to meditate on what you learned. Such experiences are what shape us as Jedi.
So, meditation, while fitting with the theme of a Jedi consular, certainly, doesn't really make for the best of television, does it? In fact, I think the only times it ever really showed up in the Star Wars series was when someone's meditation was interrupted.
I found the holoprojector, as you asked.
We should check that Rajavari's hologram is safe.
The holoprojector was stolen by a Twi'Lek, Neelan Ralak. He'd learned force techniques from Rajavari's hologram. He was obviously unstable.
A villager? Very unusual. Then this Neelan is force sensitive. Let's see what he saw.
Activation protocol begins. A few words. Shall this be all my legacy? No. My enemies are long dead. It is time. Hear me. I have left true wisdom behind. For those who follow where the first blade points, from the sanctuary of the Order, all else is fleeting.
My word, true wisdom. Padawan, he's talking about the Fount of Rajivari.
Nothing Rajavari left behind can be safe.
After Rajivari fell, sources claimed he created a great archive of his knowledge and teachings, the Fount of Rajivari. Generations of Jedi searched for it, finding nothing. The Fount's considered a hoax by all reputable scholars, but we just heard proof.
Nayland Ralak saw this hologram, Master. More of Rajavari's knowledge could make him incredibly dangerous.
The hologram said, follow where the first blade points, from the Sanctuary of the Order. Kaleth! The ruins at Kaleth. The name means sanctum. It's the remains of an ancient fortress. Evidence suggests Kaleth was destroyed in a great battle. Old droids still walk those ruins today. But this first blade is a puzzle.
If it was once a fortress, it could refer to weapons that were stored in Kaleth.
We have found several old weapons in one section of Kaleth. Nothing like a first blade, but a good place to begin. I planned your training so carefully, but the Force has intervened. Finding the Fount of Rajivari and stopping Nayland must be a greater test.
Even if the Force is shaping my training, I want your help, Master Yuan.
Thank you. You should know, Padawan. The Council tends to disapprove of such training, but I'll explain everything to them. For now, focus on exploring Kaleth for this first blade. Call me on your holocommunicator at once if you have any success.
Another training blade. Still not a lightsaber, but you know, I'm kind of glad they don't give you one right from the get-go. It's much better if you earn that kind of thing. Still, it does look a bit cooler than my last beat stick. And I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if that's what this whole quest chain is leading up to, getting that lightsaber. We know it's going to be an integral part of the game. The question is, how long are we going to have to wait before we get it? Well, we'll go to that later once we get outside. I want to see which way we need to go for the next part of that quest, because that's going to be the first thing that I'm going to want to do. But while we're here, let's go upstairs, let's learn our new abilities from our trainer.
A Jedi seeks to improve himself through study.
Wow, so we've actually got 4 things to train at this level, instead of just the one I was expecting. That's awesome. The really good games I like, they give you a new ability every single time you level. And it's not every single time in this game, but they do keep the new skills and new abilities coming in pretty regularly. So the first ability I want to focus on is Force Wave. It's a point-blank AoE. It stuns and deals damage to everything around you on a 20-second cooldown, so it's, I think, mainly going to be used as an escape spell, but I'll also probably use it offensively a lot, just in case I get surrounded and I want to stack on damage. So it's, you know, it's standard as an AoE ability. The next thing is an upgrade to Double Strike, our basic melee damage ability that uses force points. And the final ability that I'm going to earn is Force Lift, and that's sort of like a crowd controlling ability. It's 8 seconds, so it's not going to be like DAOC where your crowd control just sort of lasts forever, but it is going to be useful in situations where you're either getting swarmed by mobs or in PvP, of course. And the tooltip says that it has a chance to break on damage. So far that chance has been 100% of the time. So far for me in my testing, it's certainly very, very high. It seems I've picked up an item that will let me summon and dismiss a miniature astromech. I think I picked that up on one of the bodies outside. I'm not really sure what it does. I think it's just a regular sort of flavor pet. I also wanted to point out that this vendor sells an apprentice light foil here. It's an upgraded weapon. As you can see, it is better slightly than the weapon that we have right now. So they do actually sell decent weapons on vendors, but we're going to upgrade out of that one pretty quickly. And I don't think it's worth 300 credits at this time.
Appreciate your business.
So let's call our droid and see how it goes. Hey, little guy. Level 4 pet. Okay, so he is not a companion by any means. He's just flavor, he's just fluff. But that's okay, I think I'll keep him around with us for now. So we are going to go outside and see where we need to go for the next part of our quest.